Alright, Alexie, what material are you using?
I am using a wet clay, which is a mixture of oil-based and water-based clays, so it doesn't dry out as quickly as normal water-based clay. And I found that they do dry out eventually, so it's best to cover them with something that can hold moisture. What was suggested to me is to use some wet paper towels and cover it up with some plastic, so it helps it stay moist. This is the second tail sculpt I've done. The first one had to go in the trash bag right here because it dried out. Sad day. But we're doing a second sculpt, and hopefully this one will look even better than the first.
Alright, and how did you start designing this tail? We see lines on the board. It looks like you drew it all the way out first. So what's this second line that's right here?
Well, as you can see, yes, the first line is of my fluke pattern, which I usually just did for my fabric tail. And then I laid in my monofin to know where it was, and also where the foot pockets were, which is up here, which is why it's built up a little bit more than all this will be, so that the foot pocket will fit. Right now we're just creating the ridges, which it will be filled in a good portion, so it's not going to be as high as what you see now. But this way we know where the monofin is. That's why that second one is there.
And how did you come to figure out where your foot pockets were going to be?
Mostly we just laid it down and we marked out. Sorry that we have dogs here and they're really excitable. If you haven't noticed that they've been walking around in the background. But we laid down the monofin and marked out where the foot pocket was up at the top and then down here at the base, and kind of just eyeballed the shape. I gave it a little bit extra, knowing that there would probably be a little more space, but it's perfectly fine. If we have a little more space, it just kind of flows into the rest of the fluke, hopefully.
And you're doing the exterior piece here first, and then you're going to come back and fill all this in, and then do the sculpting and actual fin design, correct?
Well, yes, I'll be doing the outside part first, kind of like a frame of a picture, even though usually you do the picture first and the frame. But this is that it kind of works in the opposite way, that it's a lot easier for me in particular to frame it up first and then just fill everything in. And afterwards, of course, after everything's filled in, we'll go ahead and do the texture on it, make it nice and pretty, and then we're going to go ahead and mold it as soon as we can. So it'll be fun.
All right. But any other suggestions you have for anyone else trying this particular design?
It's trial and error for me currently, because this is my first time, and especially with sculpting. I'm not much of a sculptor.
So what have you learned that you think other people should be aware of in case they want to try this too then?
Keep it moist.
Keep it moist.
Yes, absolutely. Keep it moist, and also always do a pattern, because this would be a lot more difficult to eyeball. So patterns are key for at least me. And also keeping a nice bucket of water nearby. Keep your hands moist, keep your hands washed and ready in case an alarm goes off, or your phone, or you get a stranger coming to the door, or a surprise visitor. That way you don't have to mess up your entire house.
All right. Thank you very much, Alexie.
Thank you. Have fun.